Hello children, welcome back again to EDUHUNT classes where you can excel your academics. In this video, we are going to learn regarding the separation of pure copper sulphate from impure sample. Okay, so how we are going to separate the pure crystals of copper sulphate from its impure sample? Let's learn in this particular video. Okay, this is all about separation of pure copper sulphate from impure sample. Okay. For this process, we need a special technique to be done. We will see what's that. Okay. So, here we go. We will start. The process involved in obtaining the pure copper sulphate from its impure sample is nothing but crystallization. Okay. The process involved in this process to obtain the pure copper sulphate from impure sample is nothing but crystallization. Remember the word, children? Crystallization. So, what is this crystals? What is crystallization? We will see here. Okay. So, now we are going to learn about the term crystallization. What is the definition and how it works? Okay. So, crystallization is here the process of cooling a hot concentrated solution of a substance to obtain crystals is called crystallization. Okay. You know water crystals? Crystals are nothing but, the crystal salt, kaluppu we say, yes, the crystal sugar crystals, yes, bellam, patika bellam we will say, patika panchadara, okay. So, all these crystal formats, okay, the transparent, yeah, that one, okay, this hard substance. So, that is nothing but crystals, okay, it having some different shapes also, okay. So, how it goes, children? The process of cooling a hot concentrated substance of a particular sample into a crystal form is called as a crystallization. Okay, it needs to be cooled, then only we will obtain crystals. Okay, next, crystallization is a process that separates a pure solid in the form of its crystals from its solution. From the given solution, the pure sample of crystals is being separated. No, that is nothing but crystals and crystallizations. Okay. Okay, now, so we will see what's next. The apparatus required for this process. Okay. So, what are the things do we require for the particular experiment? We will see what is that one by one. Okay. First picture is nothing but china dish. Yes, made up of porcelain. The first one is china dish. Okay, made up of porcelain. Yes, this is china dish. Okay, and the second picture is nothing but some copper sulphate. Okay, copper sulphate. Children, what is the formula, chemical formula for copper sulphate? What is that? Copper sulphate formula? It is CuSO4. Capital C, small u, capital S, capital O, and down subscript it is 4. Okay. So, this is the two apparatus. First one is china dish and the next one is copper sulphate. Okay. So, next, this is already the previous experiments you also done this. Very good. What is this? Glass funnel. Very good. This is glass funnel. Okay. Now, the fourth picture, what is this? Very good. Filter paper. Okay. Filter paper. Not like tissue paper, children, it is having some different consistency. Okay. It is subjected like this. We are going to cut into some round shapes, or else it is a normal paper wise also. Okay. So, what happens? We will see, we will take one filter paper. Okay. We will make it cone shaped and we will insert in this, inside of this particular glass funnel from where we are going to filtrate. Okay. The filter process. This is the glass funnel and filter paper. Okay. The other apparatus also there. Yeah, this one. What is this? Yeah, the stand. It is having how many legs? 3 legs, no? It is called as tripod stand. What is this? Tripod stand. Yes. Now, what is the sixth picture talking about? What is this, children? EDUHUNT in a time. We are going to place this upon this, and upon that we are going to place the beaker and all, no? Yeah, very good. What is this? Vygauze. Very good. It says wire gauze. Okay. So hope you're clear with this. 5th picture and 6th picture. Tripod stand and wire gauze. Okay. Moving to next picture. Yes, what is you already know? Yes, beaker. This is beaker. This is spirit lamp. Very good. Spirit lamp. Next. The last picture. What is that, children? Glass rod. Yes. Why glass rod is used, children? Yes, for stirring. Okay. So these are all the apparatus, children. We'll just check one by one once again. China dish, copper sulphate. Okay. Next, glass funnel, filter paper, tripod stand, wire gauze, beaker, spirit lamp and glass rod. Okay. So these are the apparatus mainly required for the particular process of separation of pure copper sulphate from its impure sample. Okay. So we'll see what the process involved here. Methods. Okay. First one, we have to take about 10 grams of impure copper sulphate. So whatever we have taken starting, the impure one, this is impure one. Okay. This is impure copper sulphate. So we are going to measure it with 10 grams of weight. We are going to take 10 grams of this copper sulphate. Okay. The 10 grams of impure copper sulphate, we are taking it and we are going to dissolve in it in minimum amount of water of china dish. Okay. So first picture I show you the china dish now. Okay. We are going to take some amount of water. We are going to dissolve some impure copper sulphate of about how many grams? 10 grams in the particular china dish containing minimum amount of water. Okay. Next, filter the copper sulphate solution to remove insoluble impurities. Hence, it is an impure sample. We are going to mix in the minimum amount of water in the china dish. Okay. And we are going to filter it. We are going to filter it using funnel and filter paper. Okay, using this we are going to filter it. Okay, we are going to separate some impurities present in the particular solution of copper sulphate. Okay, now after that heat the copper sulphate solution gently, in the sense not from rapid one, just gently, smoothly. Okay, so this process involves heating of copper sulphate gently on a water bath. On a water bath, not directly, it is on the water bath. Okay, not direct heat is evolved. Okay, not heat, direct heat is subjected to it. It is having some barrier. What is that? Upon the water bath. Okay, and to evaporate water and obtain saturated solution. So if there is any excess amount of water to be okay, we are going to eliminate that. We are going to evaporate that water. Okay, so after evaporation, what happens? The remaining leftover saturated solution is left over in the particular china dish. Okay, now this can be tested by dipping a glass rod. So using a glass rod, we are going to dip it inside it and we are going to check out the solution whether water is evaporated or not. Okay, so this can be tested by dipping a glass rod in hot solution from time to time. We are going to check it because we are going to mix it thoroughly, gently. So we are going to make it checking with the glass rod from time to time. Okay, now when small crystals form the glass rod, when the crystals of small crystals, when they attach to the glass rod, we are going to off the flame. Okay, when small crystals form on the glass rod, the solution is done. What is that? Saturated, in the sense the solution is obtained correctly. Okay, so then what we are going to do? We are going to stop heating. Okay, next, allow the hot saturated solution of copper sulphate to cool slowly. Okay, we are going to make it the process cool now because it is already hot. Saturated solution is there of copper sulphate. We are going to cool it slowly. Okay, what happens, if you not disturb the particular process, there are small particles, formations of crystals. Okay, we will see what's that. Okay, crystals of pure copper sulphate are formed. Okay, you should not disturb the particular mixture, you have to keep it aside after offing the flame. Okay, so slowly the crystals are formed. What are they? The pure copper sulphate crystals are formed, because why? We removed the impurities, right, from the filtration. Yes, so excess water is also evaporated. Yes. Okay, so the leftover saturated solution contains crystals of pure copper sulphate. Okay, so the impurities remains behind in the particular solution only. Okay, remains in the particular solution, and the formation of the hard crystals is nothing but the pure samples. Okay, we are going to separate carefully by picking with one by one. Okay, now separate the copper sulphate crystals from solution by filtration again and dry it. Okay, so you can separate it by filtration also. Okay, pick up with the, yeah, you can also pick slowly with the help of, because it is somewhat big in size, we can happily pick out with the some substance in the tools in the laboratory, and we are going to separate it to dry. Okay, now next, crystallization is a better technique than evaporation to dryness. Okay, so crystallization is having much more better opportunities than that of evaporation to dryness, it seems, because of some following reasons. We'll see what is that, why crystallization is used in the particular process but not about evaporation. We'll see what's that. First one, some solids decompose or get charred on heating. What is charred, children? Charred is nothing but partially burn. Partially burn. అంటే తెలుగు వి సే కాలిపోయింది, రైట్? నల్లగా అయిపోతుంది, కాలిపోతుంది కదా ఇనిషియల్గా, పార్షియల్గా. ఓకే, అంటే సగం కాలిపోతుంది అలాగా. సో సమ్ సాలిడ్స్ డికంపోజ్ ఆర్ గెట్ చార్డ్ అపాన్ హీటింగ్. ఓకే, all solids are not same, because some solids are easily charred, in the sense burn అయిపోతాయి, కాలిపోతాయి, and will some decompose also on heating. Okay, some solids will help on decomposition and they bit charred. Okay, so on heating, so to dryness during the evaporation. So that's the reason you're going to not use evaporation technique in some solids. We prefer crystallization. Okay, why? Because on upon dryness of evaporation, what happens? Some solids will decompose. Okay, and some solids will even charred, in the sense kalipotai. Okay, partially burn. Okay, that's the reason we're going to not use evaporation. Okay, now what second reason we'll see? The soluble impurities do not get removed in the process of evaporation. Okay, so in the evaporation technique, all the substances which we are going to eliminate that may not get evaporated, because you know the soluble impurities are still present in the evaporation. So evaporation is not that much 100% perfect one. So to remove this impurities, so we are going to use crystallization technique. Okay, so but such impurities get removed in crystallization process, so we are going to prefer crystallization rather than that of evaporation. Okay, now we'll see the result. So after the crystals are formed, after cooling process, we are going to separate it now through filtration or else through picking with the particular tool. Okay, so that particular crystals form in various shapes, children. So here if you observe the corrections, okay, the pictures, you can observe some different shapes also. Okay, so generally we obtain some triclinic shaped crystal, children. Okay, crystals we just obtained. Okay, the shape obtained after the process of crystallization is nothing but triclinic. What is this? Triclinic shape we get, and also the color of this copper sulphate pure one, what is that? It is blue. Yes, it is blue. Just a second. Okay, yes, it is blue, and also it is transparent. It is transparent. You know why? The crystals are in transparent formations. Yes, so the beautiful crystals of pure copper sulphate are obtained after the process of crystallization. So to obtain the process of cooling a hot concentrated solution of a sample, the substance is nothing but to formation into a crystals, nothing but it is called as crystallization, right? So this is a particular process result where we obtain the crystals. Okay, this process is named as crystallization. We prefer more crystallization than evaporation. Okay, so this is the picture, children, and we have some applications too. We'll see what's that. So here we have applications in the separation of the crystallization techniques. Okay, first one is purification of salt that we get from seawater. Okay, so what we are getting? Salt. I told you, no, kaluppu, the crystals, salt crystals. Okay, that is all about this process, crystallization. Okay, so the purification of salt that we get from the salt water is nothing but through the help of crystallization process. We'll get this salt like that. Okay, yes, the salt. What is salt formula, children? NaCl. Very good. N, capital N, small a, capital C, small l. Okay, mixed. Separation of crystals of alum, we say pitkari, okay, in Telugu, and from its impure samples. Okay, so we are going to separate the crystals of alum from impure samples by process of crystallization. So this process crystallization is used to obtain some important which we are using in daily life. Okay, such as salt and alum too. Okay, so this is all about the separation of pure copper sulphate from its impure sample. We are taking it in impure sample only. From that only we are going to separate the pure form of copper sulphate. Okay, this is all about the process of separation of pure copper sulphate from impure samples, children. Hope you understood the video. Thank you.